And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh! Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Swack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the virtual Talladega Super Speedway for Race 5 of the VRX World Cup Series here tonight in the trucks at the Super Speedway, the biggest track on the oval circuit for NASCAR here. Race number 5 of 8 here in the VRX World Cup Series season here. And man, is it nice to be here tonight. It's qualifying just kicking off here, and I'm Alec Martinez. Unfortunately, Bradley Cooper could not be here tonight, so I'm filling in for him. And Eddie Smith, my producer, and right next to me, going to be in the booth with me here tonight, Kevin Hazelwood. Kevin, how are we feeling for race number 5?
Like, I am feeling fantastic. I am hoping that these drivers have at least the slightest bit of a good feeling that I have right now, because I cannot wait to see what unfolds in front of our very eyes on this massive stretch of asphalt here known as Talladega. It is going to be an intense race. Lots of pack racing, lots of passing, hopefully not too much crashing, but time will tell.
Time will tell indeed, and we always talk about Talladega, the big one. That's always not a question of if, but when will it happen? That's always the thing. Truck's going to be packed up, and while they're qualifying, how about we go into our track facts here for tonight here for Talladega Super Speedway. Talladega, located in Lincoln, Alabama, opened up in 1969. A little tidbit, Richard Brickhouse was the first winner here from 1969 in the Cup Series Winston 500. This capacity level here for Talladega, a whopping 175,000 spectators can gather here at the Talladega Super Speedway. Big Bill France had a vision, and man, he built it out here in Talladega, here the biggest track in all the NASCAR Cup Series schedule, all the NASCAR schedule, going to a length of 2.66 miles, and of course restrictor plates and a lot of pack racing. Bump drafting is going to be a big factor here tonight. We talk about how much these trucks are going to be wiggling, they're going to be wobbling, there's going to be 2-3 wide action. We know these drivers are very aggressive, and of course going into our points here for tonight for the VRX World Cup Series. Currently, Philip Brewer is your points leader with Matt Gagnon right behind him in 27 behind, but an interesting little shakeup for the points here tonight. Philip Brewer is not here. He is not in the session. So the perfect opportunity for those that are behind him in points to gather a lot. Talladega could be certainly a place where you could gain a lot of points, and also a place you could certainly lose a lot of points. Kevin, I got to ask you, looking at these points, you got Philip Brewer leading, but he's not here. You got Matt Gagnon, you got Chris Justice, you got Hodges here as well. It's going to be interesting. Who do you have your eye on here tonight to get and gain those points up on Philip Brewer?
Well, you know, Alec, you haven't been present with us for the past 4 races, but I have consistently picked one driver, and I do believe I told you off air before we got going. The number 4 driving that Toyota with Shanghai TTV plastered all over it. He's going to breathe the fire down the field yet again. At least a top 3 finish for that driver, but I'm looking to see him walk away with the gold here tonight at Talladega.
Of course, as we got Steven Hines here in the booth here. Steven, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we got your camera pulled up, man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come up here and interview us. Right now, you are sitting here on the board. Let me see where we're actually, you know what, you're going to have to tell me because I can't find you on the board at the moment. P7. Well, buddy, you got P7. You're rolling in the Chevy Silverado tonight. How do you feel about this race here? 40 laps at the Talladega Superspeedway.
I feel pretty good. Just got to be patient. Let the wrecks happen. Hopefully don't get caught in them.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Are you thinking maybe go up and lead some laps, or you thinking that we go in the back?
Yeah. I mean, I was planning on originally riding the back a little bit, but I figured, why not go for it? So yeah, let's try and lead some tonight.
Heck yeah, well, I like that. Kevin, you got anything for him?
Texas boy out at Talladega. Yeah, you think the wrecks are going to be heavy out there. I hope you have some good luck getting through them if that's the case.
Yeah, you and me both.
I got a feeling it's going to be a clean experience out there. So how do you feel 3 wide through the turns coming up here shortly?
Oh, I'm excited about it. I just don't want to be in the middle lane. But I'm excited about it.
You don't like being the meat. You don't like being the meat in them sandwiches here.
No, sir.
I like the middle lane going through here, man. I think it's a lot of fun. You never know. As long as everybody holds the nerves, it's a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got to worry about everybody else.
Hey, well, we appreciate you taking the time here, Steven. Good luck tonight, and have some fun.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Steven Hines starting 7th here, and that takes us here to the warm-up, but as well to our Pimax Pole Award winner here. Pimax Portal is the one and the only 4K hybrid VR gaming system compatible with Android cloud services and full 4K at 144 Hz. The Portal does it all. Get yours today at pimax.com/portal. Again, that's pimax.com/portal to get yours here today. And neat little device here. I'll tell you what. And how about that qualifying here? Let me see who got the old pole here for the race, and it looks like Kevin McCauley. Is that, you say his name, McCauley?
Mulcahy, my good man. His name is Kevin Mulcahy, and that is correct. He is sitting on top of the pole right now. He's actually a fantastic driver. He's really hard out there. Unfortunate for him, he's going to be starting up front. Long race to go, and you never be the one being pushed out there at Talladega, especially last lap. They always get you coming around 4 or 5 wide on that backstretch. Lots of fun. Intense, but lots of fun.
Yes, for sure. And they got 5 minutes of warm-up. And this will kind of get you some guys lined up here at the end of a warm-up here. Get the last tunes in their truck, any last adjustments in their trucks. Then what they might need to do here is you got Teresa Spy here in here as well. But you know what? Since we just got it in here, how about we interview our Pimax Pole Award winner, Kevin Mulcahy. Kevin, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, man, you get a 55.994, and that's going to be the pole here for tonight by 2/100ths of a second over Brian Hennings. Man, how you feeling rolling off on the pole here for this race tonight?
Wow, this should be a good race. I don't know how I did the 992 or 994 and beat them by 2/1000ths, but should be a good race.
For sure. Are you planning on staying at the front and leading all the laps, or maybe keeping it easy here?
No, I'm going to keep it easy. I'm going to probably drop back a little bit, save some gas.
I think that's a good strategy, and I'm going to pass it on to the other Kevin in the booth. Kevin, you got anything for Mr. Mulcahy?
Well, Mr. Mulcahy, just be glad that we pulled you aside and got you pulled into the pit road there, as every driver on the track was out there turning donuts. I don't know whether they were warming their cars, just aggravating their crew chiefs, but they were having some fun out on the track. We pulled you aside to miss that. I do apologize for that. How do you feel about that push that's about to be coming your way, sir?
Oh, it's going to be interesting. I think we'll have a good, safe drive, but I think it'll be interesting.
All right. Well, drivers, stay safe. Have some fun. Try to get that W out there. You've had some luck out there in the past couple races. I hope this one turns in your favor.
I hope so, too.
For sure. Well, again, we appreciate you. Congratulations on the Pimax Pole Award, Kevin, and go have some fun tonight.
Oh, definitely going to have some fun.
All right. Well, good luck, brother. as that's your pole sitter, your Pimax pole sitter award. Again, Pimax, the one great device I highly recommend is, man, I'm looking forward to this race. I know we got about a minute and a half here of warm-ups. It's going to be fun. It's going to be crazy. We know these trucks, the handling is going to be big, especially getting and taking pushes is going to be big as we are advancing into the race session, which will lead us to our grid here in just a few seconds. And let's see here. Here we go. Our gridding here for the VRX Simulations World Cup Series. On your pole, your Pimax pole winner was Kevin Mulcahy in the number 99 with a 55.995. To his outside will be the 818 of Brian Hennings in the Toyota Tundra. Starting in the second row will be David Collins in the 707. And to his outside, Mike Cheevers in the 5. In row number 3, you got Christopher McMillan. McMillan will be rolling off in 5th in the 78 Chevy Silverado. Connor Gordon in the 18 will be rolling off in 6th. In 7th, you got Stephen Hines, who we just interviewed not too long ago. He'll be rolling off in 7th. Jonathan Ray to his outside. And then in 9th, you got Teresa Spicer will be rolling off in 9th. And to her outside will be Jesse Baker in the number 14.
Absolutely. We've got in number 11th position right now, Isaac Wilson with Frank Perfin coming in 12th place. Chris M. Justice is going to start 13th position. He's got Stephen Crone next to him in 14th. Derek Johnson is 15th. Greg Spiker, Alec Spiker is how we do that, coming in 16th position. That's correct, sir. 17th is Jeremy Bailey. Charles Keller Jr. is going to come in 18th position. 19th, Ashley Ellison Jr. with Benjamin Richards coming in 20th position.
Matt Gagnon will be rolling off in 21st, and then in 22nd in row number 11 will be Kenny Reel to his inside, and then the last and starting grid, or the last row here will be Mark Math and Christopher Hodges will be rolling out the field here tonight for the VRX World Cup Series. 40 laps here from the biggest track in NASCAR, Talladega Super Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate all of you guys tuning in. It's going to be a good time. Man, I got to ask you before we get rolling, we got this field rolling right behind the pace truck. I got to ask you, Kevin, who's your pick?
Matt Gagnon all the way, brother. That's how it's going to roll. He's going to hold back for a little while. He's going to out to the front after things get going, tires get warmed up, and this man is going to pull the big W out, add more points onto what he's already had for the runs in the first 4 races, and he's going to make magic happen here at Dega.
I know, they don't call it Talladega. They don't call it, hey, Earnhardt Country as well, as they go down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch here to take the green flag. And if I had to say it, man, I think my pick, we just talked to him, I like Stephen Hines to win this race. Confident, and it's always good. 40 laps to get yourself in the right position. That's going to be big here tonight here at Talladega. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm looking forward to this race. I appreciate y'all having me. Hope Bradley's doing well, and I hope he's having a good time. This is the Craftsman Truck Series. Well, a fixed set at 40 laps. 2 green-white checkers, and the big key of this race must work together. That's going to be a huge component of this race. We'll let you guys hear the sounds of the engines for a silent first lap here for the Talladega Super Speedway. The pace truck will go to the left and will pull into pit road, and that'll leave the field into the hands of Kevin Mulcahy and Brian Hennings. As into the trial will go. Pace truck goes down pit road, and race number 5 of 8 in the VRX World Cup Series is about to get underway. Into the trial will come, and into the Geico restart zone we go. Racing from Talladega underway. Trouble on the front stretch, wrecking already. Comes out to go to the tri-oval.
Never fails, Alec. Right as they come through, kicking in the first lap over with, yellow flag flying across the track. We've got to see that from another angle. Hopefully it doesn't take that long to get that queued up there, but I'm telling you what, it never fails with things on the track here. Action already. Lap one.
Yeah, that involves the semi-truck of Teresa. How would you pronounce that? Spicer?
It is Spiker.
Spiker, as you can see, contact there with the 70 and a few other trucks. Oh, and I believe, is that the number 4 truck that got into that wreck as well? I think it was heavy damage to the front end of Matt Gagnon. That's going to be big for the points. You can see here checking up. Seems like the back end gets a little loose, bounces off of another truck, and then back up the track and gets into a few of the other ones there in the 4. Nowhere to go, right into the left side door. And problems early already for some championship hopes right there. Again, one fast repair, but these trucks you can get damage fixed and get back out and going. But the question is, how much damage is Matt Gagnon going to have in the number 4 truck? As you can see, heavy right front damage, heavy front damage to the splitter, especially the splitter raised up on the 4. That's going to be big damage, especially for a track like Talladega where aerodynamics are super, super important. Heavy damage to that number 4 Toyota Tundra.
Well, like you said, they got the one fast repair to get going out of here. Hopefully they can remain out of contact for the remainder of their time here on the track. But things do happen. It is early in the race. Not too many laps to go here in this session. So we'll see how things turn out for the drivers there.
Yeah, for sure. And Teresa Spiker, a little bit of damage to that right front. Not as bad, but a little bit of damage all around that race truck, that Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. He got some damage. Isaac Wilson also involved in that wreck. He's got a little bit of damage as about 5 to 6 trucks, actually more like 7 trucks bringing into pit road. And always good. Top off on some fuel, maybe get some 4 fresh Mr. Feel Good, some Goodyear Racing Eagles, and roll back onto the racetrack here so far. But Brian Hennings was actually able to get the lead that last lap and lead the first lap, and he's led the second and third lap as well. But a nice push from Mike. Is that Mike Cheevers, or how would you pronounce his last name? I apologize to everybody.
It's Mike Shivers.
Mike Shivers. Okay, Mike Shivers.
It's no problem at all, Alec. You know, some people. It is cool, man. It's your first time here with the gentlemen here at VRX's Cup Series race. Me and Bradley have had the opportunity and the pleasure of getting to know these ladies and gentlemen here just a little bit. And they've coached us on their names. That's the only reason we get them right. We didn't do it on our own volition. They came in here with sticks and pokes and prodded and made sure that we got those correct.
Well, I'm going to have to be correcting me all night, so I apologize to those who I do pronounce wrong and mispronounce. But again, I appreciate everybody coming in here and watching us tonight. I'll tell you what, Mike Shivers, he's got a Spider-Man looking
he has one of the nicest freaking paint schemes on the track with the spider webs and all that on the red chrome with the yes sirree Bob. You will notice as the race goes on through the night and the cameraman switches across through the field so we can look at all of these gorgeous paint schemes. There is almost not one ugly truck on the field right now. They've all got a beautiful touch to them right now. A couple of them are scuffed up pretty bad, though, after that first incident, unfortunately.
Yeah, but so far, everybody getting their fast repairs, taking those scuffs off, and again, a fast repair for any of those who don't know. It's pretty much a complete reset of what we have and what you have. You get damage and you get the fast repair, takes all that damage away, and you pretty much have a brand new race truck. Is here tonight. How about these drivers with their cameras? You got Connor Gordon in the 18. He's got his camera. Christopher Hodges got his. Interviewed Stephen Hines. Chris Justice got his, and Isaac Wilson has his. So I'm glad to see that we got some drivers with their cameras. I know we're under caution, so you're going to see once we get into green flag racing, they're going to be very, very focused on what the task at hand is to do. So it's going to be interesting as the one to go signal pace light or pace truck. The lights are off on the pace truck, so we'll get back going here in just a few minutes. One thing about Talladega, pace laps are long. But man, when the racing gets going, they get into green flag conditions. The racing looks like pace laps. That's what's great about Talladega.
It can get extraordinarily interesting if they can get the green flag to come out and stay out. I love it when tire wear becomes a factor in the race. We've got Brian Hennings up front. Now, he's going to run a heck of a line. He's probably going to stay mid-track, high line. That's where he likes to run in the bigger tracks. So we'll see if he keeps that up here. Like you said just a second ago, these pace laps on here, they take 2.5 minutes when you're actually under pace speed. The first lap is about 1:40 for them because they get to fly around and catch up to the pace car or truck. In this situation, it's a truck. But once they catch them, it is dulling when it comes to fun on the track.
Yeah.
You're sitting at 65, 70 miles an hour, and there's no... A lot of them are almost doing donuts in place, waiting on it to turn. But we've got a car down low. He's back up.
Yeah, they're back up now. I think they're just getting things situated there in the back of the field. As the pace truck, let's see if we get hopefully we'll get a full lap in here. Is the picture-in-picture cam here tonight here. That's a wonderful little thing that Mr. Eddie Smith, who is our producer tonight, so appreciate him coming in here and giving us all the extra little cameras here. That's our VSpeed 2 camera, as well as the pace truck has pulled off onto pit lane and into the tri-oval. They will come top to Brian Hennings, Kevin Mulcahy. We're going back underway here from Talladega. Hennings, great restart, all clear around, and we're back under racing here from Talladega Superspeedway.
He had absolutely no hesitation when he got into that Geico start zone. First two tires come in. He punched that fuel, got that lead just a little bit, and like I told you, Alec, he's going to run that middle line coming through there. They are packed up tight on his rear end. They're giving him a push. I love the aero push going on here. Little touch. It's okay. It is racing, as we can tell. So you're going to get rubbing.
And bump drafting is going to be a big key here tonight here at Talladega as they're under his pace speed. They're fanning out of the pack. They're 3 wide. David Collins getting shuffled out of line. He'll go back now to the third line now, 3 wide up on the outside. No help. He'll be able to tuck in behind Stephen Hines at the number 2. But Mulcahy takes the lead here into the tri-oval. He'll have help from the 5 of Shivers. But on the outside, surging ahead goes Hennings with help from the outside of Jonathan Ray. And it looks like Hennings will continue to lead this race. He'll take the lead. The 98 right behind them, all over the back bumper, pushing, shoving. Don't want to hit him too hard because we know these trucks can get out of shape really quick, really fast, and you don't want to have a big wreck start up at the front.
He's taking it on the inside. Ray's coming. There he goes on the inside. He's got that low line now there, Alec. He's going to try to push around him. But what he doesn't realize is Brian Hennings has nerves of steel out there on the track, and nothing changed in his mind except for the push partner that's right behind him. Jonathan Ray, though, got one heck of an inside run on him. Got at least a truck length up. 3 cars folded in behind him. He's gone on that inside line now. Hennings going to have a lot of room to make up there. Hopefully the guys can stay together, push him back up. If not, they're going to have to fall in, and that's never good.
No, it's not. I'll tell you what, 40 laps in this race, that's not too much time to fall to the back and then get back your way and work your way up to the pack. It is possible, but you don't really want to fall back too much. As we were told, our track temp a little bit warmer, got a little bit of a cloud cover over the racetrack now. Should cool the track down, should make the drafting and the handling of these trucks a little bit better. But Stephen Hines up on the bottom lane, pushing Jonathan Ray, but that outside lane starting to surge a little bit more with David. Oh, there's some stack up on the inside, little contact there. Everybody gets it saved in one truck. Derek Johnson made a little bit of contact there on the inside with Shivers. Now 3 wide, 1 truck way up to the outside. I believe that's the 32 of Jeremy Baby. Chris Justice also coming up on the outside, giving him help. Matt Gagnon as well, about 4 trucks from the outside. The middle truck in the second roll. Stephen Crone is going to be in a bad spot here with no help behind him.
How we like it here at Talladega, baby. 3 wide coming down that front stretch. They just crossed the line. The 32 on the outside leading the pack. We've got a contact there coming in. That's it. 57 in the wall, baby.
Big wreck.
What
Big
a
wreck. Big wreck. They're still wrecking up in the high banks. The 4 of Matt Gagnon, second place in points, is involved. Front end ripped to shreds. The bumper hanging off the 57, no bumper. The 4 almost upside down. Other trucks involved. Charles Keller Jr.'s in it. The 57, Stephen Crone in it. And I believe there's more trucks involved as well. Frank Perfin's in it as well. A big wreck early in this race, and that was about 5 or 6 of them right there. And we'll get a replay up shortly and look at a replay, instant replay. On board with the number 4 Toyota Tundra Pro, TRD Pro, Matt Gagnon. Little contact, middle of the pack, and then right there up into the wall hard. And look at this hit up on 2 wheels. head on into the outside safer barrier, and the second caution of the night.
That
Follows
is
here.
definitely not something that I want to see there. My buddy Matt Gagnon. I know I'm not supposed to be impartial with everybody, but I like the guy, man. He's a great dude, great. He's always done good by me, so I have nothing bad to say, but that is so unfortunate that he got nosed into the wall right there. That 57, what he was doing there was trying to avoid the contact that had happened right in front of him. There was two trucks that touched the rear end, front left to right rear. They saved it, and he was trying to avoid it. In his time of trying to avoid it, he clipped the nose of the car behind him there, and everything happened from there.
And it looks like the 52 Chris Justice kind of drifts down the racetrack, makes contact with the the right rear quarter panel.
It was
of
not
Stephen
pretty.
Crone. Yeah, and then looking up ahead of them, you got Matt Gagnon up head onto the wall and right with him. I believe that was the 67. Or no, that was not the 67. That was the. Let me see. Is that Kenny Reel in the 11 truck? A vicious hit to the outside wall. And then the 75 gets turned up the racetrack. Charles Keller Jr. up into the wall hard as well. And early, 10 laps in this race, and a ton of race trucks pouring up tonight. And I tell you what, Matt Gagnon, unfortunately, used his fast repair in that first wreck he was involved in, and now he is taking that truck behind the walls on board. Kenny Reel, hard hit to the outside as well at the 4, and that makes the championship fight a little more interesting. No Philip Brewer, and now Matt Gagnon, who was second in points, he's out of the race.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Good news for everybody else, though. Get to catch up a little bit to the two gentlemen that have been almost walking away with everything. They almost walked away with yet another set of points toward either A, that Thrustmaster T248, B, that Butt Kicker 2 system, or C, how about that Pimax Portal? Nothing like a portable handheld gaming system that you can, A, take the handles off, put in a headset, and bam, play some VR. That's cool right there. So congratulations to the ones that are still involved here at the race at Talladega for VRX's World Cup Series, but it's very unfortunate to the ones that are no longer with us.
Yeah, how about those awesome opportunities to win here? And again, the Pimax Portal, it's the only 4K hybrid VR gaming system compatible with Android cloud services and a full 4K at 144 hertz. The Portal, it really just does it all, like you said. And you can get yours today at pimax.com/portal. And again, that's pimax.com/portal. And man, like they said, does it all. 4K and 144 hertz. That sounds pretty good to me. If you want to have your system, have your gaming experience
in your hands,
on your head,
4K in your face, in your eyes, 4K.
There's nothing better. If you want the true ultimate gaming experience, that's what you want. I'll tell you, I highly recommend that. As second caution has fallen on as well, that also reminds me to give the old plugs to the V-Speed channel. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight and watching this race, as well as all the races that we have here on V-Speed. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And again, if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and again, subscribe to all our channels, V-Speed, V-Speed 2, and I believe V-Speed. There's another one as well. There's 3 of them as well. So again, show your support. We got a lot of great racing series here tonight, especially with the VRX World Cup Series, and then on V-Speed number 2, we got V-Speed Racing Network. There it is, V-Speed Racing Network. Thank you, Eddie. V-Speed Racing Network. Subscribe there where you get all our V-Speed content for all the broadcasts, all the races that we broadcast, and then as well on V-Speed 2, you watch the Champion Motorsports series, Champion Motorsports Truck Series. They're going on as well. A great championship battle over there between Kyle Smith, Miguel Colon. There, that's a good one you don't want to miss as well. Especially they're happening right here. You can get 2 races at the same time here next week. You're going to be able to see this race number 6, and then over there on the Champion Motorsports as well. It's going to be up, and so far I must give a shout out here. Our Thrustmaster's biggest mover of the race right now is that's going to be the 32 truck, Jeremy Bailey, up in 8th now. Started 17th, up 9 spots, and up in the 8th place in that number 32 Ford F-150. Tell you what, I noticed a very widespread, a lot of manufacturers. You got a lot of Chevys, a lot of Toyotas, and a little bit of Fords. Not as many Fords, but still a decent amount of Ford F-150s on the racetrack as well.
I think it all boils down to the paint schemes that are being slapped on them. If you haven't noticed, there is a whole lot of VRX drivers in this race. So I think the painter there likes those Toyotas, or is what it is. Anyway, we're gonna get back to racing here shortly, Alec. You got your money sitting on any driver right now in particular, or are you just gonna wing it and just flip a coin and say this guy's the got it?
I picked him, and I'm liking my pick. I love what Stephen Hines said. He said, we're going to try to go lead some laps, and guess what he's doing? He's doing exactly what he said. He's leading laps, and that's why I picked him. I like that, and that Black Rifle Coffee Chevy Silverado is up at the front, at the point, if you so will, on the outside lane. That number 2 truck looks quite nice. There's the driver cam here as the pace truck will pull off on the pit lane, and after our second caution, we'll get back green here. The question is, when are these guys going to want to pit for fuel and tires handling, especially fuel, will come into play here as into the Geico restart zone they will go. Stephen Hines on the outside, Brian Hennings on the inside. Green flag is out. We're back underway from Talladega, and it looks like Stephen Hines, great restart, will be able to get right back down in line if he can, and right in front of Brian Hennings and Kevin Mulcahy.
Okay, you nailed it right there, Alec, as they come around into turn 1. We had a driver slide up to the wall there in the 707 of David Collins Sr., but he seemed to pull it back down. He's now in the middle lane, got his everything collected, and there it is, wall right there. Red Bull number 1 got slammed into the wall, come across the field, and we think we got another yellow flag
as well. I think that's the 75 in it. I believe, yeah, that's 78. Christopher McMillan is in it.
Good.
Chris Justice, that is your third place driver in points as well.
Half of the field in the back right there, ladies and gentlemen. That was a bad wreck. That was not good. I hope everybody is all right. Fortunately, we are on a simulator tonight and not live, because there will be some injured people involved after that incident there. Like I said, that's a lot of the field.
Seems like Derek Johnson comes up, he clips the 78 of McMillan, and then McMillan slides wide down the racetrack, and I believe he made contact with Christopher Hodges, or that's Chris Justice in the 52.
Justice, that's correct. Yeah, it looked like 4 vehicles were involved in that total. The entire field spread out and made it look massive, is what that was. Like the whole field spread out, and it just looked amazing. It's what it looked like, to be honest with you.
And it's when they came back down the racetrack, guys sliding out, everybody goes down, and then these guys slide right back down, and nowhere for Chris Justice to go into the door of the 78 truck. Spins him down, and I believe he made some contact there. I don't know if he made contact with the inside wall, but you could see the right front fender coming off the track, and that toe was bent in quite a ways. And might I point out, your third place points driver involved. The top 3 have either not shown up or got in a wreck. And I don't know if
they have been taken out. That's correct, Alec. Unfortunate incidents for guys up front in the points right now here at Dega, but they have to get things together out here on the track, because the officials here are going to start getting aggravated at the silly moves that are going down there. I don't think that should have happened right there. They had just taken back off. They had just gotten back into action. I really, really see a lot of drivers giving a lot of effort to not have that happen, and silly moves were made, and just, the 78 truck almost had it saved and got drove right through. And I would be upset over that. I would be totally upset over that.
No reason to be wrecking so early. You got such a long way to go, but this last click off here is out of pit road. Everybody bringing it in, and now this makes you wonder, can they make it on fuel is the question, as Brian Hennings did win the race off. No, he did not. Kevin Mulcahy got the nod there, and he'll win the race off of pit road. Hennings, then Gordon, Hines, Collins, Shivers, Wilson, Allison, Baker, Crone, and Bailey will be your top 10 off of pit road. And Jonathan Ray stays out. Charles Callard Jr. second. Teresa Spiker up in third, and Derek Johnson in fourth. Those trucks have stayed out. And while we're under caution for the third time here tonight, we'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors, and we'll be back for the green flag here and to get back underway. So here's a message from our sponsors. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Quick little commercial there from Thrustmaster, and like we said, the winner will have a choice of getting the Thrustmaster. Could you tell me what it is? The Thrustmaster.
Thrustmaster T248 system right there. You're going to get that beautiful new wheel with 5 Newton meters of power at your fingertips. I do believe it comes with the T3PM pedal system, so it's got the magnetic potentiometers. There's no little doohickey there. It's all magnet sensors that go through the pedals. You get up to a 420-pound spring for the middle in your brake system there with it. It's a nice little wheel for a entry level to the thing. 5 Newton meters though is pretty stout with the ones that are out right now. Your basic Thrustmaster TMXs, your G923s, 920s, they all have around 2.5. So you're getting double the force with that new wheel that they've put out there, and that's a lot of power with the belt and motor driven. So it's really quiet and pretty accurate, to be honest, as well. So I'd like to try one. It'd be nice.
It sounds fun. It sounds fun. I don't know if you can catch any of those at the fan zones in the races, where if you go to a NASCAR race, they have the eNASCAR setup, and I wonder if you can get any, if you can maybe test one of those things out here. Is on board here with Isaac Wilson. He's having himself a nice run. Just brought it into pit road, I believe, and that 93 on the inside there. That, look at his truck. That's a nice Ford F-150, I must say. What's his sponsor on there? Sibcams and SBRN. So Southern Broadcast Racing Network. So he's got that Ford F-150 tuned up. Nice red 93 there. So interesting to see. And like we said, everybody brought it in. Everyone from 5th on back, but from Kevin Mulcahy all the way back to, I believe, 21st, Kirsten Justice, who has no right front fender. So he's going to be struggling here until he can get that fixed and get some damage.
I don't think you can get that fixed, Alec, on the track there. If it's gone, it's gone. I don't think they found it in the wreckage there on the tracks. We should be coming up to a green flag coming up here, Geico restart zone. I cannot wait to see what else unfolds here on the track. Jonathan Ray out front. He's made a awkward decision, him, Teresa Spiker, Charles Keller, and Derek Johnson, to stay out there on the track. I know we've had a couple cautions, but fuel is a factor, as is tire wear. It's notched up here for these races as they come back to the green flag. They're coming up in here now, Alec. I can't wait for some fun.
It's going to be good. Into the Geico restart zone they go. Green flag back out of the air.
Second place gave him all kinds of room. Did you see that?
Yeah, he gave him a lot of room, but then Teresa Spiker didn't seem to get back over. And how about that? Charles Keller Jr. with a pelt from Derek Johnson to the lead now. Back to the inside in front of Stephen Ray. They'll fan out behind them 3 wide. Here comes Brian Hennings to the outside. 3 wide with the 70, the 1, and the 818. Hennings help from the, I believe that's the 99 of Mulcahy. Mulcahy up to the outside here. Little contact there on the outside wall for the 99, but Hennings getting a shot now. Spiker in the middle on the inside. Here comes Connor Gordon. I know we just had the camera with, I think we have a Connor Gordon camera. Curious to see what his focus is as he's now getting up to the front here, up into 3rd, on board with the number 18 truck. And I'll tell you what, he's slowly but surely becoming a factor here now, on board with Connor, right in the middle lane, right in the bottom lane, right behind the 98 of Jonathan Ray. There's that camera with him focused.
He's having a good time out there on the track is what it looks like. Doesn't have any emotion going on his face whatsoever. He's not even turning his head as they go into the turns. This guy's like ice in his veins right now, staying behind that 98 of Jonathan Ray. Doesn't let anything else happen to him. Does Connor Gordon in that number 18 Ford F-150 coming down? Is that the back stretch there?
He's going to have some company as they go down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. And that 818 of Brian Hennings, who led the first lap, took the lead away from Kevin Mulcahy. Now help from Kevin Mulcahy on the outside lane, starting to surge here. You got Teresa Spiker as well, 3rd in line in that 70 Peak truck. That truck also up to the front as well. A little shoving, pushing and shoving here into the tri-oval, that outside lane surging. And it looks like Brian Hennings might get the nod if they come across the line. He will. Hennings leads the lap Lap 17 to 40, slowly closing up to halfway in this race, and the intensity will continue to rise as laps click off in this race. A short 40 lapper, that always means some of these guys in the back will try to work their way up through the field here as this race continues to go on.
Kicking through lap 17 now. They're on that back stretch. Charles Keller Jr. leading on the inside. Don't know if it's going to pay off for him too well. That outside to be hot. They've got good speed coming into turn 3 and 4. That's the 98 there. And I apologize for that missed call. The 818 of Brian Hennings is out there pushing that outside line. Jonathan Ray pushing second. Up there with the 75 of Charles Keller as they're coming into that front stretch, coming across the line again through the Geico restart zone. That big bump right there by the 99 of Kevin Mulcahy to Brian Hennings almost pushed him to the lead there for that lap.
It did, and man, these pushes are getting more aggressive. The wobbling seems to be getting a little bit more, handling starting to become more of a factor, and it seems like that 98 is able to kind of push the 75 of Keller ahead of these guys, but then that outside lane off of the corners surges so much down the backstretch, especially when Mulcahy gives a nice push to Hennings into turn 3, but that bottom lane surges in the middle and through the center of the corner, and then off the corner down the straightaway, a full head of steam for everybody on the outside lane with Hennings, Mulcahy, and Spiker.
Yeah, it's a great race going on so far. I really like it. Got a little free action going on there. I love that. You know, Guys got a little bit of gumption going up there, trying to make a little space. He's going to get that side draft. He's going to push all the way up through the field, it looks like. What a great run there by that driver.
And it looks like Isaac Wilson. He's trying to make some things happen in the middle. That unfortunately will shuffle out. There's contact on the inside lane. May up there, Ray up the racetrack. They'll slide, but everybody
They held it together.
What a save for the 90.
They held it together.
Ray.
3 of them held it together down there, guys. There was a bunch of contact in the yellow line there. They down there. They whipped it together, let off the throttle, hammered back through, and acted like nothing happened. Pulled it back up on the track. Great driving
saves
by those guys. Excellent, excellent, excellent awareness by everybody else around them to get up and go around when that happened.
And it looked like the 98 of Jonathan Ray may have blown an engine or had something go wrong into the corner. You'll see it in the picture on the right hand of your screen, tucked up behind the 75, and it looks like something just lets go. Yeah, you see the smoke, the engine lets go, and contact for Connor Gordon and Derek Johnson. They'll lose the draft, and now really it's actually shortened this pack up. Chris Justice has fallen out of the pack now to a 16 truck pack here at the front. Hennings with the lead, Mulcahy the second. Then you got Stephen Hives, Mike Shivers, and then the battle for 5th, Ashley Ellison and Teresa Spiker. Ellison down to the inside. Oh, Spiker gets a little bit of help on the inside lane. That stacks at the bottom, and now that shuffles the outside lane forward. A little help there for the 75 of Charles Keller. That kind of backs up and now allows for a new lane to form on the inside. Here comes Hines looking for the lead underneath Mulcahy and Hennings. Hennings doesn't go down to cover that. The bottom lane loses a little momentum, and now how about another new player? Up in the front, Christopher McMillan up to the outside. He'll help the number 99 in the 18, as well as Frank Perfit in the 67.
I told you earlier, Hennings likes that middle to high line. He's been on the track with him quite a few times. I've been on the track with Mulcahy personally as well. Both of them like the high, both of them like the mid line there. They're going to stay up there if they can. And if the guys are smart behind them, they'll line up arrow formation and just slice right through the air, pulling right ahead to take whichever lane they really so see fit. But it's all up to the drivers behind them to line up. They've got to fall in to get things to go just right. You don't want that air going all kinds of different directions. You want a solid formation so it just passes through, and it's like a thing of beauty out there, Alec.
It really is. It's all art here with these racetracks. There's a little contact middle of the pack. Looks like Spiker getting thrown around there. Ellison, a little contact with Shivers, and that bottom lane starting to surge. Here comes McMillan with help from Perfin and the number 67, and then Isaac Wilson on the outside now, a new player as well in the 93. He's up on the outside, and then you got the biggest mover, the Thrustmaster, biggest mover of the race, Jeremy Bailey in the 32 truck. He's moving his way up to the front, and that bottom lane doesn't seem to have as much organization as this middle lane does, with Hennings and Mulcahy leading it.
So the thing about it is Mulcahy is plastered to the bumper of Hennings. He is like almost magnetized to him. He's not moving. If Hennings turns, he turns. He's right there with him, and that is key. That is getting that air, not as two parts, but as one part. They are one vehicle moving across the track right now, and the others need to get that through their head and quit trying to make those moves. Oh, I'm close enough. I'm gonna get this slingshot because I've seen Talladega Nights 100 times. That doesn't always happen like that. You've got to get the run first.
Contact the man. Sorry to cut you off. Charles Keller Jr. contact with David Collins. They get it saved. Keller
absolutely
is going to get costed the draft there. He'll fall back to 16th, and now no drafting help. But like you said, at the front, these guys organized as one. I apologize. It's the butt kicker biggest mover of the race, and that was Jeremy Bailey. He's fallen back a couple spots, but still with the most spots here so far. And how about another truck we haven't really talked about tonight? Benjamin Richards in the 9 truck.
13
He's starting to work
positions.
his way up. He's up 13. That's even
14 positions.
Yeah, and now
he's still moving as it goes, does the number 9. We need to get on board with that driver, see what he has got going on in that system right there, because he is flying up the track right now. 15 positions gained for Benjamin Richards right now.
He sure is, and they saw in the picture a little bit of contact there between the 75 and the 707. A great save by both of those drivers. But yeah, on board Benjamin Richards, now your butt kicker, biggest mover of the race. And I'll tell you what, he's looking to go for more. He'll go down to the inside, no help from Shivers.
Absolutely,
but now
gonna try to take that
Wilson.
lead.
Inside of Wilson, top lane got disorganized there. This should help the inside lane surge, help from Shivers.
Up to 3rd position now is Benjamin Richards. Keep it up, driver.
And
that is what we're talking about here with that blue and silver paint scheme. My favorite colors, blue, black, and silver. Kind of got a soft spot for that driver right there since my guy is gone. But that outside line holds true as it has for the past 5 to 10 laps here that we've been watching at Talladega.
And that outside line will get past the lap truck of the 98 of Jonathan Ray, who got a fast repair. He's back up in the lead pack. Oh, there's contact between some cart trucks in the back. That was the 57 of Stephen Cronin. Frank Perfin made a little contact as well. They all gather back up. Almost a little bit of a scare for Jonathan Ray, but everybody continues to get back into line. This middle lane starting to become the dominant line, and you'll see that sometimes in real life where these drivers want to ride around for a little bit. But right now, 15 laps to go. The laps are clicking down quick. When are we going to see somebody willing to get out of this line and make a move?
I'm not thinking they're going to do it anytime soon. You're going to see it probably around the last lap. You're going to see big moves happen around the last lap. You're going to see 2 to 3 lanes split open. And then as they come around that final turn, oh my Lord, I look to see 5, 6 wide across the line here today. It's going to be absolutely exciting for us, Alec. We're gonna get to see a spectacle here at the end. Have you caught the 14th paint job yet on that driver's truck?
A little rust on that Jesse Baker truck.
It is beautiful.
A little older feel to it, but I love the little bit of rust on that number 14 truck. But that truck also creeping up through the picture, up 3 positions for that 14 of Jesse Baker. Haven't really talked about him tonight, but he's also working his way up through the field here. And this bottom lane starting to surge a little bit with Baker pushing McMillan on the inside. McMillan really getting a nice push here through the field, or here up to the field, up to 2nd, and maybe going to pull even for the lead. And we're starting to see guys make moves. Here comes Hines up to the outside, top of 3 with Bailey and Wilson and Shivers. And how about that? Christopher McMillan takes the lead. That outside lane starting to lose some momentum. Baker now up to 2nd. How about Benjamin Richards up to 3rd? A little jostling for position in the back from about the top 10. Collins making some contact there with the 32 of Bailey. But now McMillan to the lead. Baker in 2nd. And Benjamin Richards, the butt kicker, biggest mover of the race, up to 3rd.
Yeah, we've got some action going on here as they're closing up the end of this race here at Talladega. The boys and girls here at the VRX Cup Series race have done an absolutely phenomenal job as they up there in the front of the race here with the 78, the 14, and the number 9, Christopher McMillan, Jesse Baker, and Benjamin Richards. They just absolutely took off like they were shot out of a cannon. But they need to keep their eyes on the track ahead of them, because if they look in that mirror, they might have a little fear. Brian Hennings, Kevin Mulcahy, they are coming hard, and they've got the help of the 93 of Isaac Wilson now locked up with them. It's going to be an intense race here at the end of the race.
Could we see one of them classic Talladega photo finishes? We'll have about 11 laps to figure that one out here as that top lane starting to surge a little bit. Oh, Baker loose on the inside. Nice save. Richards has to get out of the gas, and now that allows the 818 of Hennings. Brian Hennings up to the outside, help from Kevin Mulcahy, the pole winner, and now that top lane surging back ahead around Christopher McMillan. Hennings will probably come across the line, and he will lead lap number 30 of 40. Now that leaves us 11 laps to go. Coming to 10 next time by. The intensity starting to rise. The pushes becoming a little more intense. The racing becoming more intense. Laps clicking off. Points on the line. It's getting interesting here.
It's about to be a whole lot of fun as we come to 10 to go here at Talladega. These guys are about to start making a little bit of moves on the track. Did have that incident earlier where everybody took tires, everybody took fuel. They're moving from the outside to the inside. They thought we were going to see something down, but we didn't. But they took tires, they took fuel. We had 4 drivers that didn't. They're still on the track. They still haven't taken fuel.
They are, and the one that hasn't taken fuel
I am curious as to see if they can make it. Derek Johnson has not. He's in the back, though.
He's not pitting. And that kind of scares me a little bit if he hasn't pitted. Is on board with Stephen Hines and the number 2 Black Rifle Coffee Shepard Silverado. He's riding up in the 8th position. So far, keeping it calm on that outside lane. That bottom does surge ahead if it gets enough trucks, but the outside lane continues to stay consistent with not a lot of movement, not a lot of jostling around for position. That outside lane just continues to get better and better as this race goes on, and that outside lane stays more in formation than the bottom. But I tell you what, with 10 laps to go, that bottom will begin to surge. You're going to see drivers start making moves. It's 3 wide here in the middle of the pack.
The grip is there.
The grip is there. And 3 wide in the middle of the pack, got Jonathan Ray, Teresa Spiker, Ashley Ellison. They're 3 wide at the moment. Ray, a lap truck, but I'll tell you what, that bottom lane, the more numbers that bottom lane gets, the more that bottom lane will start to surge, and the more trucks that get out of the top lane, the less energy it will have. And there it is, that bottom lane surging back on the inside. Baker, Jesse Baker in the 14, giving a little help to Christopher McMillan in the 78 here, trying to get back up to the lead. You got Benjamin Richards there in the 9 truck as well, tucked up behind here. These guys are starting to get a little bit more organized here on the inside lane. That outside lane stacks up there. The 93 and the 32 almost make a little bit of contact off of turn number 2, and that stalls that lane out. But man, they get such a good run with the pushing from Mulcahy.
Mulcahy, like I said earlier, has a magnet in the front end of his truck right now, and he's stuck to the bumper of Brian Hennings, and that is the reason that lane has the speed that it has, and the reason that the inside line is not getting the drivers is because the 4 drivers that are up front in the outside are giving them 190 miles to draft off of. They're not getting that on the inside line until they line, which they finally started to do. They finally got elbowed out. They're finally touching on the inside. Push going because the drivers have swapped out for second place behind the number 78 there. So the question is, here goes some intense action as I thought we were going to see him push up 3 wide right there, and he pulled back in. He pulled back in,
When is somebody going to be willing to make that third line go here? We're closing up on 5 laps to go. The racing's been intense all the way from the beginning to where we're at now and probably to the end. Who's going to be the first one willing to take that little bit of a step up, get up to the outside lane and try to make some hay up there? Is there enough trucks in this pack to make that happen?
I just don't think they're going to do it till we get about 2 lanes left. 2 laps to go, they're going to start making a little bit of push. I don't think they want an incident to go down. I think they've been shied away from pulling 3 wide out here from incident early on in the race. I'm pretty sure that everybody's trying to have that clean run. They want to get that speed. They want to get that lap in. They want to make that position up, but they want that clean run going down here. So they're going to wait. They're going to hold off to that lap. There's an incident right there, a wreck on the backstretch.
And that's going to bring out a caution with less than 10 to go. The big one at Talladega down the Alabama gang super stretch. Bailey up into the inside wall. And now more contact. Oh, a hard hit for Shivers and the 67 of Perfin. Big contact on the inside of the track and a massive wreck down the backstretch. I believe Teresa Spiker is in it along the backstretch wall, and the butt kicker, biggest mover of the race, was also involved. I believe The 65, Greg Spiker, I think, just missed it or may have got in that. Benjamin Richards caught up in that. Jeremy Bailey also involved. Mike Shivers involved. A massive incident with less than 10 to go. 6 laps to go on the board. And now less than 5 when we get back going. Derek Johnson slow on the apron. I think might be out of fuel. But a big wreck so late in this race. The big one striking here down the Alabama gang. Super stretch, and let's see what happened here. Jeremy Bailey on the outside. It looks like a little contact from the inside. Looks like Richards got turned up the racetrack and then got turned back down, and then collected a bunch of them. Let's see here. I think Greg Spiker in the 65 might have triggered the incident here on the inside lane. You see the bottom kind of checks up a little bit. And then it seems like the 9 of Richards, Benjamin Richards, kind of checks up there. Yeah, there it is right there. The little bit out of line, and looks like Spiker goes for a hole there, and Richards closes it. And then up into Jeremy Bailey, pops him off, and then there goes the 67 gets involved, and then Teresa Spiker gets turned up the racetrack, and it collects a bunch of them. There's Teresa Spiker in it. The 57 is in it of, I believe that's Stephen Crone. Back down into the 67 there of Perfin, and then you can see the 67 right back down the racetrack into the infield, met with Mike Shivers in the 5. Heavy damage on the 5 there, and a multitude of trucks collected in that one, as a lot of guys staying out here, and will probably be about close to a green-white checkered here, as I believe that was our 4th caution of the night. A nice green flag run, but man, a big wreck to collect a bunch of trucks.
Yeah, fortunately for the drivers out there, they were 5 of them were in front of them. So they have nothing to worry about. They ran through. Looks like 3 of them made it through right afterwards as well. Bad wreck kind of brings the mood down a little bit here at Talladega. I hope it wasn't that bad for all of them, but like I said, that's going to bring the field down to probably about 10, 12 drivers left on lead lap.
It just might, and going to be interesting now. You're going to have less than probably 5 to go here when we get going. Man, is that going to make the moves even more desperate, as our butt kicker biggest mover now is Allison, is the 133 of Ashley Allison Jr. How about that? Ashley Allison Jr. up 13 positions, started 19th, up in the 6th. Hasn't led any laps, but he's in the position to get up to the front.
Got a double mover there. 38's up 13 positions, as well as Christopher Hodges.
Christopher Hodges.
Absolutely.
How about Christopher Hodges as well? We talked about him. He's sitting 4th in points, and you got I believe Chris Justice has been caught up in a few incidents. He's got a lot of damage. Obviously, 2nd in points, Matt Gagnon caught up in a wreck early. He's going to finish 26th or 23rd of 23 drivers. And then you got Philip Brewer, who's not here. So plenty of points can be made up here, especially for Christian Hodges in the 38 truck. He's got that Zane Smith Freight Auctions Ford F-150, that truck. If you can get a few more spots, make up a lot of valuable points. And I'll tell you who's making up the most points, and that's Kevin Mulcahy. He's sitting 5th in points, and he's sitting in 2nd here. Brian Hennings as well. They're very close in points, and they're making their way here. If they can win this race, they'll cut it within under 20 points.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to cut points off of Philip Brewer winning 4 races.
4 in a row, that's wild.
I mean, it's hard to beat that right there. He was also the winner of the Philip Brewer, almost unstoppable in the point system right now, even with him not being here. Still going to be on top, still going to be up front, still going to be hard to beat when he gets back on the track with these ladies and gentlemen here at the VRX World Cup Series. But as it sits right now, as you were saying, Brian Hennings, Kevin Mulcahy, they've got some points coming their way as it sits right now. Should be 3 laps left at the line once the green flag flies out. Action. 3 laps to decide the victor. The Gold Cup coming to someone here momentarily. We've got about 15 to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And then we get to see some fun.
I'll tell you, Eddie's telling me here is it's like these guys saving fuel, because we talk about they got 24 laps on their tank of fuel. Question is, if you get into overtime, we get into green-white checkers, are these guys going to have enough fuel to make it those extra laps into overtime situation pretty much? Still 3 laps when they get going of green flag racing. 3 laps to go in the fuel tanks, but that is without a caution or a crash until we get to the white flag. Remember, white flag will make the race official, no cautions, and it'll just be a race back to the checkered flag.
Absolutely. If they can make it through 2 laps, white flag drops, we get to see action
We
in
do.
Talladega. We get to see 3 wide, 4 wide. We get to see crashes without a yellow. We get to see somebody win a race.
There's nothing better than a feeling of winning a race at one of the more prestigious tracks on the NASCAR schedule, as they'll be coming to restart with 3 laps to go here in the VRX Race 5 of the VRX World Cup Series. Pace truck makes the left turn into pit road. The front row, Brian Hennings, Kevin Mulcahy on the front row. Hennings, your leader, he'll bring him to the Geico restart zone for 3 more laps in regulation of racing here at Talladega. Back underway from Talladega. Hennings gets a great restart, spins the tires, fanning out behind. Help for Mulcahy from Isaac Wilson, and we're back underway across the start-finish line. Who's going to win it at Talladega?
Boy, oh boy, I can't wait to see it. We got a big crash already.
Oh,
I don't know if they're going to
that's
throw.
big. They are
They
going to
threw
throw
it.
cautions out.
They threw
There's
it.
a spiker in it, and it looks like the one, Derek Johnson, is in it, and the caution comes out. I believe Kenny Reel involved, and I believe Stephen Crone might have been involved as well. Mike Shivers just misses it, and that'll put us our 5th caution on the night, and it will send us in to overtime for 2 green-white checkers. And we'll take a look at what happened.
Number
Here. We'll get
1 got
pulled up here.
loose as can be coming out, or coming into turn
In
1
the
there.
middle of 3 wide here.
Just got loose.
Oh, he missed the shift. It looked like he missed the shift there. And hard hit into the door. Jonathan Ray also caught up in it in the 98, and that was a hard hit there. It looked like he missed the shift, got a little help, and really nowhere for Spiker, Ray, or Reel to go. On board with the 98 of Jonathan Ray. See a check up there and just really nowhere to go. Into the back of Spiker, that hood. See it buckle from the bumper, and he'll be involved as well. The one truck, Derek Johnson, ran out of fuel, was able to get back on the lead lap, and gets caught up late after a race of attrition. So he'll have a fast spur to get that truck fixed. But man, a hard wreck early, and that, like I said, will send us into overtime here with Brian Hennings as your leader, Kevin Mulcahy in second, Isaac Wilson up in third, Christopher McMillan, Jesse Baker, your top 5, and we have a camera with Isaac Wilson. How about we let me see if I could find him first, but maybe we pull in old Isaac Wilson if he's not too busy here. Let's see, there he is. Isaac Wilson, Alec Martinez, and Kevin Hazelwood in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy. What's going on?
Well, buddy, you're running up here in third, have kind of bided your time, and now you have a chance to win as we're going into overtime. Can you make it on fuel number 1, or do you have a chance to win this race?
Oh, no, I got plenty of fuel. I got 5 gallons left, so I made sure when we went and pitted it last time to top it off completely in case we do come across some green-white checkers.
Now, I got to ask you,
Well,
restarting third here. Do you think he has something for Brian Hennings and Kevin Mulcahy?
I don't know what my friend is looking like. I got involved in that first caution. Luckily, had no engine damage. Got all the damage fixed. Not sure what my arrow's looking like. Don't know if I can lead a line. If anything, probably gonna be like a move coming out of 4, if anything.
All right.
Well, driver, I don't know if it's cheating or not, but I'm here to tell you right now, live from in the booth, camera looking at you, front end looks gorgeous. I think your arrow should be fine for a good push there. Good luck as we go. Do not forget, stay in line, get that speed, make the move late when you got it right and ready, baby. You might have a chance at victory here tonight.
Yeah, that would be big with Brewer being gone. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right, well, hey,
Absolutely.
we wish you good luck, and like Kevin said, your front end is squeaky clean. There's not too much damage there, so go get him.
Little paint damage on the right side, brother.
Yeah,
Have
you're
fun. Enjoy your race.
All right, thanks, guys.
That's Isaac Wilson in the number 93. He'll be restarting third. Man, so far, what a race we've been treated to.
I don't want him to be. I don't want him to be timid, thinking he ain't got the arrow. I want that man to push the whole way around the track. That's what I want to see. I want to see that 93 get out there as they come around turn 4 and make it 3-4 wide, and see if he can get up there. I think he's got a chance.
I think he does. Anybody in this field has a chance. We talk about Talladega. big wrecks, big moves on the final lap. The draft is going to be strong. Who's going to be able to put it together? You got 2 laps to make your way up to the field. It's going to be tough.
Look here, Alec.
I'm
Look here,
looking.
buddy. I'm telling you right now, you've seen friends on the track all evening long between the 818 and the 99 of Kevin Mulcahy. If they can make it around this track and get that white flag out, I think that friendship's going to go out the window.
I think so. And
I think he's going to try to get him. I think he's going to take the air right off of him and going to pull around when he least expects it.
As the great Mike Joy once said, your friends are going to be where you find them. And I don't know if you're going to have any friends with these final 2 laps. Another thing here as well in the VRX Cups, World Cup here, you got to say there's only 2 green-white checkered, so 2 attempts at a green-white checkered and how that will work. If we take the green flag and a caution comes out, we'll do it one more time. But if we take the green flag and we get to the white flag, the race is official, and there will be a winner when they come across the line and take the checkered flag. As I believe, pace truck lights will go off, and it looks like Brian Hennings is going to pick the top lane. Kevin Mulcahy will go to his inside. Now, I got to ask you, if you're in 10th, if you're in 15th, do you think you still have a chance?
Yes. Yes, you absolutely do. If you've gotten, like what Isaac Wilson was talking about there when we had him in the booth with, if there's no arrow, buddy, you can come from anywhere on this track. If you've got the draft, you've got the pass. That's all there is to that. I'm looking for some action. I hope and pray that they get that white flag to fall out here, because when the white flag falls, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. You can wreck the entire field. It doesn't matter. The race will go on, and the victor will be decided, and it's going to be decided at high speed.
It sure will here. So we're halfway down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. We'll go for a green-white checkered, our first of 2 attempts. Brian Hennings, I believe, has led the most laps here tonight in the 818. Kevin Mulcahy, your Pimax pole sitter, has been running up in that top 5 all night as well, and he'll be restarting in second to his inside. And then right behind them, you got Christopher McMillan, Isaac Wilson. They're going to be going, and everybody in here looking for their first win of the season, because Philip Brewer has pretty much won them all. The only thing is, he's not here tonight. He's not here tonight. So
he
points,
decided to take a chopper out and live in style for the night, because he knew that they don't have a chance at catching him in points, even if he's not here. Literally, no chance at catching Mr. Brewer right now in points. So he had the opportunity to take the week off, as our broadcaster, Mr. Bradley Cooper, did. Kicked back on a beach right now, probably. Hopefully enjoying it.
He's enjoying it. Hope he's enjoying it as the pace truck will pull off, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you're enjoying this, and hopefully you'll get treated to an awesome finish here from Talladega Super Speedway. And on the outside, Brian Hennings, Kevin Mulcahy. On the inside, the 2 dominant trucks of the day will go into the Geico restart zone. 2 laps to go, 2 laps to settle it from Talladega. Who's going to bring her home a winner? As the green flag flies, we're back underway.
Gone. Can you say gone? That's Brian Hennings on the takeoff there. But Kevin Mulcahy had Isaac Wilson directly in his bumper. And if Isaac takes that advice that we gave him, we let him know that his arrow's good. I got a feeling he's going to push. He's going to push hard. He ain't going to let up. And we got 3 wide coming around. Turn 2 onto the back stretch. Wreck in the back stretch. Did you see it?
Will that be a caution? Hard hit to the inside wall. Frank Perfect, Greg Spiker
2 trucks, no caution. 2 trucks, no caution.
We'll keep him green. Now Mulcahy to the lead. Isaac Wilson on the inside. 3 wide up on the outside. Here comes Christopher Hodgins and Benjamin Richards off of turn 4. No contact, and now into the tri-oval. They'll take the white flag. Starter with the white flag in hand. No caution. We're racing back to the finish. 1 to go. Mulcahy leads. 1 to go for Talladega.
George Jones said it best. The race is on, and there's a wreck in the freaking turn 1 as the leaders roll through. We've got 99 leading it, with Kevin Mulcahy being pushed by Isaac Wilson. Now remember, we gave him that graded
Here they
right
come.
there in the booth before they started. They're coming down the backstretch. Outside lines coming up hard and heavy. But Isaac and Kevin have got it handled inside right now.
And into turn 3 for the final time here tonight. Into turn 3, past the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. Contact there with the 2 of Hines and Hennings off of turn 4. What does Isaac Wilson have? He looks low. He looks high. Wilson to the wide. Here comes the 07, turns the 99, and at the line they come. Isaac Wilson. No, he didn't. Jesse Baker got him at the line.
Oh, we got him. Jesse Baker with the nose, baby. Right at the line. Does that rusty number 14 with a heck of a move from third place to get that victory right there. That's excitement right there at Talladega. Wrecking the corner, and the 4 drivers took off. 3 more coming on the inside, and bam, baby, we've got victory with Jesse Baker. Alec, that was something right there.
What a finisher from Talladega. Talladega never disappoints, and Jesse Baker becomes the second different winner to win in the VRX World Cup Series. How about that? That rusty number 14 is going to be taking it home to victory lane. Side-by-side photo finish with Isaac Wilson. And how about Stephen Hides coming home in third? What a race from Talladega. He won by 0.0016. How about that? That is awesome. What a race here tonight as Jesse Baker will come across the front stretch and he will burn it down here in front of the virtual Talladega crowd.
Kevin Mulcahy getting bumped back to 8th with that wreck that happened on the front stretch right at the Geico restart zone. Unfortunate for that driver there. Very fortunate for the number 14 of Jesse Baker. Really thought Isaac Wilson was coming home with that victory right there. I think he had a little bit of contact with the 99 just before the wreck happened, Kevin Mulcahy there, and that slowed him up just enough for the 14 to take him on the outside line. What a great finish, though, ladies and gentlemen. They've got it brought back up right there for V-Speed, and it's just amazing to watch.
And you'll see here, you got the 14 right behind the 93, decides he has a big enough run to take him 3 wide on the outside. Then Mulcahy on the inside gets turned, and there's a little contact with Wilson. He gets able to get to that quarter panel, side draft him back, and how about that right at the line by a nose. Jesse Baker gets the win here at Talladega. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoyed that. Stick around after a quick commercial break for the interviews of the top 3. Jesse Baker, your winner here tonight at Talladega. Stick around for post-race interviews. We'll be right back.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the VRX World Cup Series here from Talladega. Jesse Baker is your winner here tonight. We'll take a look through our results before we get down to post-race interviews. Jesse Baker starts 10th, and he comes home a winner. Isaac Wilson comes home from 11th, and he'll come home in 2nd. Stephen Hines up into 3rd. How about Benjamin Richards, I believe your butt kicker, biggest mover of the race? He'll come home in 4th, up 16 positions. Then you got Brian Hennings up in 5th. David Collins in 6th. Connor Gordon comes home 7th. Kevin Mulcahy, your Pimax pole sitter, will come home in 8th. Then in 9th, how about Charles Keller Jr.? And 10th was Kenny Reel.
Absolutely. 11th place, Jeremy Bailey. 12th was Mike Shivers. Christopher Hodges bringing home 13th. Greg Spiker, he pulled off 14th position. Christopher McMillan coming in 15th. 16th place goes to Chris M. Justice. 17th, Ashley Ellison Jr. Teresa Spiker had some unfortunate incidents out there, down 9 positions from the start, but she pulled home 18th. Not too shabby there by her. 19th position, Frank Perfin, and 20th is Stephen Crone. 21st, Derek Johnson. 22nd, Jonathan Ray. Poor Matt Gagnon finished last this evening in 23rd.
Yeah, and unfortunate for the points there for Matt Gagnon in a day. He could have made many, many points up on Philip Brewer, but we'll set it down to post-race interviews. Kevin, you got Stephen Hines here with you.
Steven, how are you feeling, brother?
Dang, man, I'm still hyped up. Golly.
You got the jitters? Are your blood's a-flowing through you right now? Had a great there, man. It was really exciting. Get that 3rd place there.
Yes,
Number
sir.
2.
Yeah, came to the back. Whew. About got spun out coming out of 4.
It was a little intense right there. You managed to make it through what happened in front of you and pulled off that 3rd place.
Yes, sir.
Making some points up here.
Otherwise.
How do you feel about next week's race coming up for you?
I'm pretty excited. Let's say we're over halfway now, huh?
Over halfway, and y'all got to make up some room on Philip Brewer with him not being here.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Boy's been dominating.
That's always nice. He's up, and like you said, you got 3rd place here at Talladega. Pack right on. You wanna give any shout outs to anybody out there?
Yeah, shout out to my wife and her family. They were watching me today, so I think a couple of my family members. So yeah, appreciate that.
Well,
always fun to race.
There you go. That's why you got as good as you got right there. You had the support and love of the family behind you there. So hopefully you get that next week. You get to pull off another top 3 or better. And we'll wish you luck and send you on your way, sir. Thank you. Yes,
sir. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good one, Stephen. That's Stephen Hines, your 2nd place finisher. We'll go to your 3rd place finisher. Now we'll go to our 2nd place finisher, Isaac Wilson. Kevin, I believe you're with him as well.
Isaac. You almost pulled that out of the hat, sir. How you feeling? You shaking?
Nah. I think it's with their my style track. Coming to start finish line on the last lap. I could have went up blocked 14, but knowing the 14th really nowhere close to me in points.
We've got crickets.
Hello?
I got him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to catch up with Isaac earlier.
I think he's got him. I don't know if Kevin lost his audio, but Isaac, I think it's still good.
Yeah, but so coming to start finish line there. I could have blocked a 14, just didn't want to risk losing a good finish there. with Burr being out, Gagan having problems, a lot of top 3 having problems. I was like, just looking for a good points night, and it paid off. End up moving up the second in points, 5 points behind the leader. So came in 40 points behind, coming out 5 points behind.
Yes, that's not a bad result. I don't know where next week is, and I know Bradley and probably
Vegas.
Kevin could tell. Vegas. So I had to ask you, how do you feel about going out to Vegas now?
I'm just glad that they don't have road courses and short tracks on the schedule. I love road courses and short tracks, but I seem to always get caught up in other people's problems. So we're going to another mile and a half. I've had my struggles there. I mean, we started P2 at Chicagoland, struggled at Charlotte, came up from the rear. One of the races finished 8th. So if I can keep myself out of trouble, I can probably get a top 5, top 3. But that's the key word: keep myself out of trouble.
That's for sure. Well, again, congratulations on second place here tonight, Isaac. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Big shout out to you guys putting on a show. It's always fun listening to you guys while racing. Kind of a little bit entertainment while I'm racing. Shout out to Pimax, Bike Kicker, Thrustmaster, all the sponsors we have. The admins put on the series. Shout out to Southern Broadcast Racing Network, allowing me to race their scheme out here week in and week out. Get a little screen time with it. And huge shout out to my wife. She lets me come sit down and do these races week in and week out.
For sure. Well, again, Isaac, congratulations. Have fun. Celebrate that P2, and hopefully we'll catch you next week out in Las Vegas.
All right. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. That is Isaac Wilson, your second place finisher. And now I'll move in our winner, Jesse Baker. Brother, you bring it home. Photo finish when by a tenth of a second, or just by a nose, barely. How you feeling after that race?
Oh man, I'm feeling great. That was an awesome race, awesome finish. I've just really enjoyed this league entirely. So that was a great way to put a cap onto the night.
For sure, that Mobile One oil, that rusted Chevy Silverado looked good out there in the pack. That last lap, you come home, you're third on the inside, you make a move to the outside. Did you think you were going to get Isaac when you got to the trial?
You know, it was planned that way. So once second place went outside, I knew the only way I had a chance to win is if I went all the way out to the outside. And plus, I knew that was going to leave a 2-car gap behind first, and he was going to lose a lot of momentum. So I was hoping with that loss of momentum, and hopefully no one was going to get behind second, and I was going to be able to fly around and take the win, and it worked.
Heck yeah, well, that's awesome, man. You become the second different winner other than Philip Brewer this year to win a race. Next week, we go out to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway out to the west. How do you feel about going out there?
Actually, I feel pretty good. Las Vegas is one of my favorites in the trucks. I hate that I missed a week due to not having internet, and I was actually out of town as well. In week 1, I got caught up in a wreck near the end of the race and no caution, so I lost a ton of positions and never was ever able to catch back up to the pack. So the past 3 weeks, I've been the biggest mover, so it's been fun to race back, and now I'm 10th in points, so it's exciting. The league's really fun.
For sure, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win tonight. And before I let you go celebrate, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
You know what I do? I'll shout out Mach 1 Raceway and Sprout Spring, Virginia. It's a slot car, fun track, and good friendly environment. So I'll shout them out tonight.
Well, again, we appreciate you shouting out these guys. And again, congratulations on the win. Go celebrate, and we'll see you out next week in Las Vegas.
And one more shout out, of course, VRX for what they do. Of course, I got to shout out VRX for everything they've put on and everything they do every night for the hosted races as well. So shout out to VRX.
Of course. So again, shout out to VRX, and you said the other slot car track. Again, congratulations, Jesse. Go celebrate. Have yourself a wonderful evening.
Yep. Yeah. Have a good night.
And that's Jesse Baker, your winner here tonight from Race 5 of the VRX World Cup Series. Man, what a race we were treated to. I'm not sure if Kevin's back or not. Kevin, are you there? He is not.
I'm sitting here with you finally, man. I had a ferocious beast that come traveling through my house here and just tore everything to pieces.
Well, it's all right. Well, I'm glad to have you back. Man, what a race. What a race tonight. What a race tonight.
It was an intense finish there. I am a little upset that I got cut off there during my interview with second place there. Some crickets like to give me my outro. It's okay. Like I said, my cat knocked my router off, guys. I
it's
do
all right.
apologize for all of
And
that.
hey, that's one of the things about virtual broadcasting. But hey, it's all good. Again, man, what a race we saw here tonight. Again, congratulations to Jesse Baker. And again, thank you to all those who tuned in here tonight, and hope you guys enjoyed tonight's presentation of the VRX Esports World Cup Series. Great racing from Talladega here tonight. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. And again, if you like what you saw, subscribe, like the videos, and subscribe to all of our channels, VSpeed, VSpeed 2, and the VSpeed Racing Network. Thank you to all the sponsors of Pimax, Thrustmaster, and all the other ones as well. Butt Kicker as well. And the Butt Kicker, biggest move of the race was Benjamin... the 9 truck as well, Benjamin Richards in the 9. So congratulations to him on being the butt kicker, biggest mover of the race. But man, what a race we were treated to tonight. Again, hopefully all of you guys enjoyed it, and we hope Bradley will probably be back next week, next Friday, and you guys will have Bradley and Kevin next week. And I appreciate all you guys letting me in. On behalf of me, Alec Martinez, and Kevin Hazelwood, Eddie Smith, my producer as well, doing an awesome job, all they do for VSpeed. Thank you to Adam Baker for everything that they do for VSpeed. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Everybody stay safe, have a good one, and we hope to see you back next Friday.